My name is Paula Hines Lonergan, and I'm connected to the movie Remember the Titans. My dad was the assistant coach featured in the movie. After the movie came out, I got so much feedback regarding my father about how he was such an inspiration to so many of his students and so many of his players. It inspired me to write his story about how he grew up in segregated schools, overcame prejudice and racism, how he struggled to get his first job with low pay, how he raised his children, my brother and I. The book was to really show how to overcome obstacles. And my father was famous for saying, it's mind over matter. If you don't mind, then it doesn't matter. After writing the book, fortunately, I had the privilege to really travel the country and talk about my father and the lessons I learned from him and the lessons he taught others. And in some instances, my father was right there next to me, and we were both speaking to groups of people. However, I was invited locally to a school in Pasadena to come and speak to the students there. It was a small private school, and I was very happy to go because I felt the story that I had to tell was valuable. I myself, in writing and getting the book published, overcame obstacles because I could not find a publisher who wanted to publish it. So I had my own stories to tell as well. I received a certificate from that school after speaking with the students there. This is the certificate. Valuable volunteer. The year is 2005. I went to the school and I talked to the students about overcoming obstacles and the story of my father and the obstacles I had overcome, encouraging them not to give up, to have goals, to communicate so that there can be understanding and tolerance. All positive lessons I had faith in that I learned from my father. After I gave my typical speech and talking to the students, there was a question and answer session. One of the students raised their hand. Now, let me let you know, these students were probably anywhere between 8th and 12th grade. So one of the students asked me, what were you like in school? Did you have problems when you were in school? I paused. And for a quick second, I thought truthfully, well, I remember skipping school. I remember stealing my father's cigarettes and drinking from his booze cabinet. I remember sneaking out of the house at night, hanging out with the wrong crowd. That was the truth. But the answer that I gave to that young lady was math. I didn't like math and I wasn't very good. I had problems in math. Afterward, I felt quite lame, even when I received the certificate of appreciation. I did not feel truthful. The reason I said math and I didn't tell her the troublesome years that I had when I was in school is because the next question she might have asked was, why were you so bad? And then I might have to tell her the reason I feel I acted out the way that I did. You see, from the age of approximately 5 into my teenage years, I was molested by my uncle. At the time, I didn't realize that skipping school and drinking and smoking were a part of my escape. I realize it now. But you see, in 2005, I had not told anyone the secret of my being abused. And I couldn't tell her. I couldn't tell that group. I had not found my courage to speak up. So I did not speak the complete truth. As I look back on it now, I realize that I lost an opportunity to share my real story and talk about overcoming. But at the time, all I could cope with saying was math. But time's up for me to be silent. I am Paula Hines Lonergan. If you'd like to email me, my email address is below this video. It is timesupforsilence@gmail.com. Send me a comment. If you want to write me a letter, my address is also in the notes section below this video. Truth. It's time for truth so I can help myself and help others too.